Hey guys, it's Chris at the Ultimate Recycler. It's evening, it's dark. I'm taking you to my shed. Now this shed, this is at my home, it's not behind the shop, and we've only been in this place 2 years and we've renovated the house and the shed's been really neglected, and I'm only just now starting to get time to set it up how I want it, and I will be bringing you a lot of videos from here later on, especially with repair work and restorations. So I just thought I'd give you a quick look. There is stuff everywhere and I've spent half my time looking for things, which is really annoying. I'm sure most of us that have sheds understand that. But I've been rebuilding this bench along this side, and you can see I've got to continue along there. There used to be an old workbench here, and here's a little bit of footage of the boards I was taking off this section. I'll be keeping the boards because I think I have a project for them. So the old fence post type supports have actually been concreted in. They seriously just look like rough cut fence posts, but it gives me a really good solid frame for a bench, throwing a bit of insulation in the wall as I'm going. And I will be replacing those louver windows at some stage with an aluminium sliding window that I've got out of the house. So that's going to be kind of the woodwork area, and there's just, because I haven't set it up properly yet, there's just stuff in boxes, which is why I can't find half the stuff I need. But as I said, most of us have been there. This is a little project that my daughter actually started to restore. It's just a little sort of early 1900s lamp table, and the tops there are being clamped. So we'll get back to that at some stage. I just moved my anvil here that was at the shop. And I'm still trying to set up power tools and that sort of stuff, and there's a lot of timber around. I got the old fire going. This actually came out of our house. When we renovated the house, we put a split system in. Really nice shed fire, that one. And I'm just burning a lot of the scrap timber. But something I've done with this shed is that it was just an empty plain shed. But I've built a room in this side, just in this corner. I'll come back out here so you can kind of see. So that corner of the shed, I've now enclosed a separate room, and I'm going to be using that more for radio type restorations and clock repairs. I've put some benches right around it. I put a little window in there, and it's all been insulated and lined. I just bought some of the cheap plywood from a hardware shop, and it lined it fine. I don't like paying retail for anything. It's probably going to be a bit echoey in here. But I did use, all the bench tops are actually flooring, yellow tongue flooring boards, and they're just offcuts, so they were all repurposed from another job. And the nice sort of 60s kitchen benches, I've got one each side. They make really good storage, and they kind of give the room a bit of a retro-y feel. But I'm not going to paint it. I kind of like the timber. I'm still going to put carpet down on the floor, and the ceiling was just some more ply, and I did use some old masonite on that side just to use up some materials. And it is a sliding door, so it will close. I can keep this room quite warm. There's a nice old grandfather clock I picked up in a shed deal a while back. It's a pretty early one, that one, probably be mid 1800s, so I'll be doing a restoration on that at some stage. Needs a bit of cabinet work, and also I don't think the mechanism works. Because I'm working on my bench, a lot of this stuff has just been moved in here out of the road, so there's a welder and a large gas bottle and an air compressor. These little, actually music boxes, one's on legs, the other one probably used to be, and I don't think they're overly old, but they are little music boxes, sort of like a I'm not sure what their purpose would have been. That one's still locked. There we go. Oh, the music box still works. So we'll have a go at restoring them at some stage too. The finish is pretty rough. I'm not sure what sort of finish is on that, but we'll clean that up at some stage. Here's another project I'm looking forward to getting onto. This came from a garage sale. I think I paid $10 for it. It's clearly been in a shed for a long time. It is complete. I think the motor's okay. I haven't got a crank handle for it, but that'll be a fun restoration. That'll be quite a long job though. We'll probably do that in a few parts, and it'll take a while to do. So I've got to set up shelves. I've got to get all my parts and tools out. This came out of a neighbour's rubbish bin just recently, probably 1960s I suppose. Not overly interesting, but it looks complete and it should clean up well, so we might bring that back to life at some stage. And this classic sort of 80s or early 90s boombox, can you believe it, the guy actually put this in his rubbish bin and it wouldn't quite fit, and he was bringing some other stuff around to me, so he took it back out and brought it round and said, here, you may as well have this if it's any good to you. I've cleaned it up. It was quite dirty, but what a magnificent looking piece. These things bring pretty good money now, but the tape player doesn't work, the radio does. Most of the time the old cassette decks have trouble because the age of them and the rubber belts all perish, so it should be an easy fix. Whether we can get new belts for it, I don't know, so we'll do a video on that at some stage. So there you go. I've got projects lined up. Keep you busy for at least 3 or 4 lifetimes. One thing about this virus lockdown is that I'm actually getting plenty of time to do some of this. So there you go. This is my shed at home that hopefully will be more sorted out soon. If I can finish this bench, that will help. And then we'll have room to, I've got a lot of framing to do, and we'll have room to get in here and do some bigger furniture restorations and that sort of stuff. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. You'll no doubt see a big difference in this shed as I film jobs down the track, because hopefully it becomes more organised. So there you go. I'm going to stand near the heater for a bit. It's quite cold out tonight, and ponder what my next job will be here. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.